Hi guys, welcome to another video. So, for this video, we'll be talking about the normal distribution and how to use Excel and Excel-like programs to help you find information that you need with what you're given. Okay, so now for this particular problem here, um, we're not given a mean or standard deviation, so we're going to assume that this value down here is a z-score. And according to what the question is asking, we want to find the area of the shaded region here. So what's nice is there's a function in Excel and Excel-like programs that'll help you find that particular value. It is normsdist. So it's the one with the S in it. So let me get rid of some of these letters because you'll notice that there's a couple of them. One is normdist and the other one is normsdist. So the difference between the two is one is just for a regular normal distribution. This one assumes that you're going to be giving a mean and a standard deviation, which I'll show you later. And this one here assumes that your mean and standard deviation are 0 and 1 respectively. So in this case, because this is a z-score, we're assuming that our mean is 0 and our standard deviation is 1. So we're going to select this. And as you can see here, it's asking for the x, or in this case, the z-score. Okay, so I'm going to type that in. Close my parentheses. And what's nice about this particular function is it always gives the area or probability to the left of the value. So for the normal distribution, area and probability are going to be interchangeable. So you'll hear instructors use one or the other, but they mean the same thing when you're talking about the normal distribution. Okay, and most times you're going to want to round it to 4 places. That's usually the standard. So let me get down to 4 places here. Okay, there you go. Now, if you needed to find the area to the right, just remember that the entire area under the curve is always 1 or 100%. Okay, so if you got the decimal, you want to find the right sided probability or area. All you do is you'd go in another cell, equals 1 minus, whatever area you found already, and hit enter. And that's the area to the right. Conversely, you can also do this entire formula in one all at once. So all you do is you go 1 minus norms dist, type in that value, close parentheses, and it'll give you the area to the right all at once. So you don't have to do it, 2 times or do 2 separate values. Okay, now I'll also show you another problem here where you have to find the area between 2 values or 2 z-scores. Okay, so there's a couple ways to do this one too. Okay, so one way, and I'll show you both, so don't worry. One way is to find the areas to the left of both of these values, because it's always going to give you the area to the left when you do the norms dist function anyway. So I'll type in the value. And we'll do it again for the other value. Okay, and now because we want the area between these two, we're going to subtract them. So we'll start with the bigger one, subtract the smaller one, and there's the area between both of these two values. Okay, now if you wanted to do it all together, so you don't have to do all of that, all those 3 functions or formulas, all you do is you start with the rightmost z-score, and subtract the leftmost z-score. And there it is, all in one. Okay, now suppose you had some values instead of z-scores, and you don't want to change them to z-scores. Well, as I mentioned earlier, that's what the norm dist function is for. Let me open up one of those problems. Let me show you what I mean. Let's see. I had one picked out earlier. Let me see if I can find it. Excuse me. Just bear with me. I got a little bit of lag here. Okay, so this one's a good example here. So what I'll do is I'll do the norm dist function. You see this, the format's a little bit different here. So it's going to ask for the value first. So I'll do part A here, less than 66. So we want the area to the left of 66 inches. So my value is going to be 66. Okay, next it asks for the mean. So up here, the mean is 68.2. Now it's asking for the standard deviation, which here is 2. You can put 2.0, but since it's a 0.0, you don't really have to put that 0.0. And we always want cumulative, so you want to put true there. Okay, close parentheses, and hit enter. Okay, and there's our area to the left. Okay, and to the right is going to be the same format. If you want to do it all at once, you would go 1 minus norm dist. This time our value is 70. The mean and standard deviation is the same because it's the same problem. And always true for cumulative area. And there's our area to the right. Okay, now to do the between, I'm just going to do it the short way because otherwise this video is going to get way too long. And the attention spans today is not what it used to be. Okay, so we're going to start with the rightmost. So rightmost is 70. Standard deviation are the same. Still want true. And then we're going to subtract the rightmost, I'm sorry, not the rightmost, the leftmost value. Again, putting in all of these other values. And enter. And there is our area between. Okay, so just recapping, if you have z-scores, you want to make sure you use the norm sdist function. And if you need the area to the right, because the norm sdist function will give you the area to the left, you got to be sure to subtract it from 1. So you got to do 1 minus the norm sdist. Or if you're given a mean and a standard deviation with some value, you're actually going to be using the norm dist function without the s. Okay, so difference norm s dist, norm dist. So remember, norm s dist, z-scores, norm dist without that s, they got to give you a mean and a standard deviation. Alright guys, well that's it for this video. Thanks again for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share, and stay tuned for my next video.